I just want to let you guys know about two statements that I heard from high school students as I worked in a high school. Both students were kind of like involved with disciplinary action type of things in school. There was a black female student, high school student, who had gotten a referral from a teacher for disrupting the classroom while the teacher was teaching. And there was a white male student who I heard coming out of a room really loudly. He was screaming profanity. He was basically calling the teacher, using profanity directed at the teacher also. So when I dealt with the black female student, after talking to her and getting through the disciplinary action and going through the incident that the teacher talked about and handling that accordingly, the young lady had spoken to me and told me that she had a child, and that the father of her child, who was also a teenager, wasn't helping her out. And so I mentioned to her, and she was talking about how she needed money and stuff like that. And so I had mentioned to her about a job fair that was coming up at the high school in the cafeteria the following week. And her response to that was, I am not going to that job fair because they want me to act like a white girl when I go there. They want me to act like that other black girl that's in the class, and she's not black. So that was a statement from a black female student that I dealt with at high school level. Now I'm going to tell you about an incident that I had to deal with a white male student, also at the high school level. I was in my office one day, and class was going on, and I had a door like open up, and it slammed against the wall. As I could hear him, and this classroom was like, I don't know, 75 yards, almost 100 yards away from my office. So I started to make my way out in the hallway. I could hear a young man screaming profanity. I can hear him calling the teacher the B word. He's coming down the hallway. I tried to get him to stop. He wouldn't stop for me as I was coming towards him. Ended up eventually getting him into my office, and he's very upset. He's screaming profanity still, F this, F that. So eventually did get him settled down, got him quiet, and asked him what was going on. He told me what was going on. I spoke to the teacher, found out that he had used some profanity directed at her and called her, different names. So he had asked me what was going to happen, and I told him, well, according to our discipline policy and stuff like that, this is how we would handle that. And I believe this student was kind of new at the school, so he kind of got upset, and he said to me, "You mean you're going to give me discipline and for this?" And he says, "No, I'm going to tell you what you need to do." He says, "You need to go down there to these classrooms, and you need to get those." He used the N word. He said, "You need to get those N's because they are out of effing control." And he said, "That's the problem with this world, and with this world today, is that you N's are out of control, and everybody who's in charge acts like they're afraid to deal with you." And so that was the statement that I got from the white male student. And so I ended up dealing with both these students in both situations, ended up having conversations with them. Just to explain, just wanted to share with you some of the things that you're going to have to deal with if you're planning on being like in a school life and an educator in a high school building or any middle school building, or in some cases elementary school. But those are two statements that students made to me while I was working in high school, and that I had to work through and deal with the students, contact their families, let them know that I've dealt with them about this and some of the things that they were saying, and then try to get the students to see a better picture instead of that being their picture. So let me know what your thoughts are. I just wanted to share this with you today. Thank you for listening.